Hey,
Good evening. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope everything is well. This is Renee and Michelle doing our healthy health and beauty chat, and today our attention is on the children. We're both grandmothers and great grandmothers, and as part of our health and beauty concentration, we're looking at the health of kids because that's our future, right? A lot of times, as grandparents, we assume. Right, Michelle? We assume they ain't
exactly.
gonna eat vegetables, so we try to. We know they're coming over, and what do we go shopping for? Oh, let me get cereal. They're going to like that cereal. Or let me get this treat. They're going to like these treats. We treat them to death, literally, right?
Hmm.
And we forget the fact that these are young bodies that are trying to have good building blocks too. And they need the vegetables just as much as everyone else does, right? So we're looking for a way to encourage us and other grands and great grandparents to understand that our children do like vegetables. We just have to continue to introduce them to them, right, Michelle?
Exactly. And you know what happens too as grandparents and mothers, we know they may not like a particular vegetable or may not like vegetables at all. So, for example, my grown son, he did not like peas. So, as a young mom, what did I do? I didn't give him peas, and I was very selective about the kinds of vegetables I gave him because I thought he just wouldn't like it, and I didn't want to have a fight.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure many of you could probably agree with that, right?
exactly, exactly. I was like, it's just too much, just too much work.
Exactly. So we give them a
Yeah.
lot of the things that they like, but it ends up not being balanced. And if
Mhm.
we continue that, that's how they grow up. And then we wonder why we have different health challenges or food challenges, right?
Yes, yes. So what we're going to do is Michelle's going to interview a couple of my grandkids to see how was it for them? How was it for them to start their journey to start eating more vegetables? What helped them to be able to do that? In as much as yeah, we're a carnivorous society, right? Everything leads with the meat, right? It's the meat with the sides. You go to a drive-through, you're going to get the hamburger with the sides. You're going to get it almost mentally helps you to locks in that vegetables are only supposed to be a side. There's no plant-based side. Everything is a plant-based thing on the side. It's not like, well, have your salad and then have your meat on the side. You don't hear that.
Hmm.
You don't hear it like that. So it kind of puts them in that same idea that that's all vegetables are about, is just a matter of being a side. But how can we bring the vegetables to the forefront? How do we help our children enjoy the vegetables more? And Michelle's gonna actually talk to a couple of girls to see how they have been able to eat more vegetables and enjoy it. So I'm gonna put myself out. We're gonna try to do this smoothly.
Yes, yes. Let's
Excuse us if our grandparent dish. Okay, so let me get myself out.
okay.
Well, you know what?
Hi, girls. How are you? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Great. So I have a question for you. So you guys, have you always liked vegetables?
No.
What about you?
Um, yeah, I kind of have. I've always liked broccoli.
Oh, like okay, good. So you did like a vegetable. Very good. Now, what is your favorite vegetable?
Probably collard greens.
Ooh, nice, nice. Now, do you know that you could even make a sandwich with collard greens? So your collard green can be your bread, and whatever sandwich you like. Do you know that you can make a sandwich with your collard green? Have you ever had that?
No.
Mm. So now that you love collard greens, which is very good, very nutritious, you could actually make a sandwich with your collard green. And I have done some collard green wraps, and I'll make sure I send Grandma some recipes on that. But you could actually make a sandwich with your collard green, so that's good. Any other vegetables that you like?
I like carrots and corn.
Okay, cool, very good. And what about you?
Um, I like sweet potatoes.
Now that's good. Let me tell you what's good about sweet potatoes. You don't have to add sugar in it if you don't want to, because it's already sweet. And potatoes are very satiating. And what I mean by that, they're very filling. They keep you full. So if you had a long day and you didn't want to eat any junk food, right? If you had potatoes for your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner, it will keep you full for a long time. And it's very, very good for you. So it keeps you full and it's very good, right? So that's a good thing. So now I have another personal question. So you guys are currently on Juice Plus, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Very good. Now, you told me before that sometimes you forget. Now you forget taking your Juice Plus,
yeah.
right? And that's normal. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot because you know what, even adults forget to take it. So, what do you think you can do to help you remember to take your Juice Plus?
I could set a reminder on my phone.
Oh, that's a great idea. So you're technologically inclined. That's very good. What do you think you would do?
Um,
What
I
what
would.
can help you? Mhm.
There would probably be someone to like help me and like remind me.
Ah, okay. So we'll have to get dad or grandma to remind you. So you need to ask for their support. Say, you know what? I want to take my Juice Plus because you want to take it. Is that right?
Yeah,
That how does it make you feel when you do take it and you're regular?
good. It tastes good too.
Okay, very good, very good. So what you need to do is just tell grandma or dad or grandpa, say, hey, or mom, could you remind me to take my Juice Plus? Because I like it. And then you have a great idea. You said you'll put a reminder on your phone, and then you could help your sister as well, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Excellent, excellent. Well, yeah, Renee. So Grandma and I wanted to really come on and share you guys' story about how eating vegetables make you feel and tell us a little bit about why you like it. So, with that question in mind, how do vegetables make you feel? Do you feel a difference in your body at all?
Um, Not really.
Does your
Not
stomach hurt?
really.
Oh no,
No.
my stomach doesn't hurt.
Does it hurt as
Now,
much before? Remember before?
Oh yeah,
oh, you
yeah,
used to have stomach aches before?
yeah.
Ah, okay. See, it's interesting. Sometimes you have to really take note about how it was before. So if you think about how you felt before you started eating more vegetables and before you started taking Juice Plus, what are some challenges that you had? So we know you said the stomach. Anything else?
Um, we probably weren't as energetic.
Ah, interesting. That's something I noticed as well. So you feel a little bit more energetic, right? So what I want you to do is think about how you used to feel and how you feel now and how you feel when you forget to take it and then how you feel when you begin to take it every day. Take note of that. Write it down like in a notebook to see how you feel. You
Okay.
could do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there is a difference because sometimes out of sight, out of mind, we don't realize that there's a difference because we're not really taking a mental note. But I really appreciate you guys sharing how you felt and how eating vegetables makes you feel. And hopefully this will be encouraging to not only children like you, but their moms and grandmoms and their dads. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right. So we're gonna grandmom's gonna come back on.
on. I'm not.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, we really appreciate you girls for sharing your story with us because it is important to hear it from a child's point of view. Parents could say, "Oh, yes, my kids like vegetables," or it's not big of a deal to help them to eat vegetables. But one of the things that the girls shared with me prior to us getting on camera was that, of course, at first, it wasn't like the very first time they ate a vegetable, they're going to just fall in love with the vegetable,
Right.
but the more they're introduced, that you introduce it and then you keep reintroducing it, and then
Exactly.
it becomes like, okay, you know what, this is it's not that bad. And sometimes it's what you put it with.
Hmm.
Certain things taste better with other things, so you balance the flavors. And it doesn't mean that you have to overboil it or over season it or have to have a whole ham hock in with your collard greens or whatever. Because when I make collard greens, they enjoy the cabbage. That's one of their father's favorite vegetables too. They enjoy the cabbage, enjoy the collard greens and other green leafy vegetables. Those are going to be good because, as you mentioned, we know what it does for our body as adults. Do you think it's going to do less for our children?
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
see, so introducing those, reintroducing them, giving them a variety of different vegetables helps to add to that balance. But
Hmm.
what's the other thing, Michelle? What about when we're trying to go plant-based? Do you think it's possible for children to be involved in that plant-based lifestyle?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you think about the nutritious value of fruits and vegetables in your diet, and you think about even some of the strongest creatures on the planet, when you think about a horse, for
Elephants.
example, or elephants, right? And you
Yeah,
think about what they eat, we now are higher than an animal, right?
yeah,
And why can't we eat vegetables and more vegetables? What will it do for us? Even when I think about, when my vitamin D level was low, and the doctor says, we got to get that vitamin D up, because we don't make the vitamin D, right? So what I had to do was begin eating the foods that was going to help bring my vitamin D up. And
yeah.
guess what? It wasn't the meat. It wasn't the meat.
No.
So in my case, what I did is I had my mushrooms, I had potatoes, and it was amazing. I could not believe how my vitamin D level rose. I made a conscious, intentional decision on what I ate, and I made sure I ate more plant based. Even when you think about your dark green leafy vegetables,
Yeah.
that too has your protein in it, right?
Yes.
I have
Yes.
a brand new grandbaby, right? So for some reason his tummy started to bother him, and we're trying to figure out like why is his stomach bothering? What did we do different? So the doctor put him on I think it was vitamin K. Was it vitamin K or was it vitamin D? You know what? I'm gonna not share the story because I
Till
can't
you get your
remember.
till you get your story straight, right?
Exactly, because now I can't remember. I'm doubting
Yeah.
myself. But
Yeah.
in any event, a lot of what we need we can get from food and we can get
Yeah.
from the sun, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
in my case with the vitamin D, I started going out in the early morning sun at the
Yeah.
sunrise, starting to be in the sun a little bit more, which is more than what I used to.
Mhm.
So going plant based is very good, and sometimes you do have to supplement though.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
may have to
That's true.
supplement with like vitamin D3. I was taking what you call thistle and some other supplements,
Mhm.
but sometimes you may have to supplement.
Mhm.
Many times you do actually.
But it's a
You may
good
have
point what you mentioned though. You were talking about sources of protein, right? Because a
Mhm,
lot of times when people say go on plant based, the only protein source they think about is like beans. Well, you
mhm,
got beans, you got tofu, you got tempeh, you got your dark leafy greens. Those
mhm,
are protein source too, and
mhm,
people don't think about those things. So even when you talk about our products,
mhm,
the products that we use, the supplements we use, those dark greens, that are even in the supplements help us to even desire those even more. So,
Right.
you know, you
Reset your
have them
taste
in
buds.
different ways. Yes, you have it in different ways. And by introducing our children, if you just tell a child, well, oh, I'm going to supplement all your meat with beans, that's
That's
not,
not
it may
good.
not be very appealing,
Yeah,
you know, it ain't that appealing for us. So, you know, for
exactly.
children, it's not going to be very appealing. So we find different ways to introduce your darker greens and stuff like that have
Mm-hmm.
other protein sources so
Mm-hmm.
that you can. And I do, and I'm plant based, but I don't eat red meat, but I still eat fish. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and so, you know, I'm discriminated about the type of fish I eat,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So those are other ways that we can do that. And so getting a child or getting, you know, your family onto it, it's not necessarily the uphill battle that you
Mm-hmm.
imagine,
And
you
you know
know.
what? And another thing with meat, like for example, every once in a while, I'll have this desire for a nice Angus organic burger or Angus steak, sirloin steak or something.
Yeah,
I go through that mood. But you
yeah,
know what? It's very short lived because it hurts my tummy,
it
and
does.
it affects my digestion. So though sometimes I may want that and I just go ahead and give in, just do it, and then I'm over it. I'm
Yeah,
quickly over it because of that.
yes,
But
yeah,
being on Juice Plus really helps me to put myself back in checkmate, you know,
exactly,
you
yes,
know.
yes,
And with that, I'm just going to say this before we close. Renee and I, we love our Juice Plus. And I will tell you that it really helped me to jumpstart my health.
yeah,
I was very sick. And though I still have a heart issue, I'm so much better than I was. And
mm,
that's why, we actually go on here every week just to share with you guys why we're on, in our humble opinion, the number one organic food supplement,
yes,
right?
yes,
And I will forever be on it. It's
yeah,
always in my budget, no matter what, because
yeah.
I know that it helps me to get the extra 30 fruits and vegetables in my diet as well as my omega. So,
Yes, I love, yeah, love all of that. And the berries. The
mhm,
berries can't be counted out, you know. I
mhm.
love the berries because
Antioxidant.
yeah, if I did get sick, I mean, we had one of the sickest couple of years, and I had one of my healthiest 2 years
Mhm.
since, period, ever
Say it
since.
again
You know
for
what I'm
those in the back
saying?
of the room.
Okay?
Yes.
The healthiest couple of years I've had. Okay,
Exactly.
when the whole world has had their sickest. So that's, to me, that's like a true testament to my
Mhm.
body's ability to build up those defenses. And what are they strengthened with? I don't take any other supplements than my Juice Plus.
Right.
You
Yeah, the
know,
only thing I
even
take is my deep breath. Yeah,
you
that's
know,
it.
so other than that, you know, what else am I adding that to? The healthy lifestyle and healthy vegetables, you know, that I do eat
And
a vegetable place.
exercise.
Yes,
Very
exercise.
important.
Now, I'm telling you, it's winter time, so girlfriend, do not be doing that kind of walking because it's cold. But
No,
I
indoors.
do try. I
Indoors.
do try to do more. I do try to
Just
do
try to
more than
move.
I
At
would
least walk.
usually. Yes.
Anything. Yeah.
But next week we're going to talk about the number one challenge I find when people go plant based,
Yes, that'll
and
be
that
good.
is, we'll talk about it next
There
week.
you go. So this is how you can reach us if you're interested in joining us on our mission
Mhm.
to take healthy back. This
We're
is how
not
you can reach
everywhere,
us.
but we're a lot of places.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. We're not everywhere, but we are a lot of places. You got that right. Okay. So take care and have an amazing rest of your Sunday evening and an amazing week. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.